Hello everyone, Neil Tappin here from Golf Monthly and welcome to Royal St George's Golf Club, home of the 149th Open Championship that's due to take place here in about 2.5 months' time from now. Now, Royal St George's is renowned as being one of the toughest and most challenging tests on the open rotor, particularly in terms of the way in which it tests your ball striking. But just how difficult is it? Well, that's what we're going to try and find out in this video. Now, myself and Jezz Ellwood from Golf Monthly are going to take on 6 of the most iconic holes on the golf course. We're going to talk through the challenge the players are facing, and we're also going to play those holes ourselves to find out just how difficult they are. Right, let's head out now onto the golf course, starting with the hole that's just over my right-hand shoulder, the first.
This is the first tee at Royal St George's where third week of July, the Open Championship will finally be staged. The build's going on all around me. This is the tee. Looking straight down there, it's not the longest hole, 442 yards, which is no big deal for the pros these days, but if it's into the wind and the rough's grown in, it could be a fairly daunting prospect still. There's an area called the kitchen down there where a lot of the members end up. It's a deep hollow on the right. Most tour pros won't be bothered by that, but I think I probably will be.
Right, Jez, so we're going to play this, what we think are the 6 key holes here at St George's, starting with the first.
Yeah.
We both play off a handicap of 5, so dead even, and we'll play a bit of match play.
Dead even apart from the length off the tee, which I think may play to your advantage.
Well,
Bit right.
that's pretty good, isn't it?
It's a little bit right.
Okay, I think our starter told us the line is on the scoreboard, or what will be a scoreboard,
Yeah.
up on the left-hand side. It's a bit right of it, but all right.
The other scoreboard.
Okay, so the second shot into the first is fairly intimidating. If you're an amateur, if you're a pro, I suspect it's fairly straightforward, but staring you in the face is the big bunker that lies directly on line of the flag, just short. You definitely want to avoid that. There's also runoff areas short of the green, at the back of the green as well. So finding this first green is tricky, especially like me, if you're coming in from the rough on the right-hand side. It is May here. We haven't had a huge amount of growth so far in the season, and yet I have quite a heavy lie. So I've got 160 yards. I'm not sure I fancy my chances, particularly from here. Get over it, get over it. Straight in that bunker.
It's leaked away right. Release. Go on, get over that next crest. Oh, he's got a chance.
Oh. Yes. Well, that puts the pressure on, doesn't it?
That appeared to go slightly left to right at the end, didn't it? Oh, and that didn't move at all.
Oh dear, no one likes to see that. Oh well, on to me.
So we're on the fourth now. The yardage is 496. You might be thinking par 5, not too difficult. The problem is it's actually a par 4, so it becomes a little bit more problematic then. And also the big bunker on the right there makes it a big problem for average golfers off this tee. It won't bother the big guys very much unless it's into a howling gale. But for us, it's 236 to carry that. But the ball's also got to be at quite a height still when it goes over the top. So I'm not sure I've actually got that in my locker, so I'm going to aim a little bit further left, try and negotiate the first part of the hole, and then you'll see there's more fun and games up at the green. I've hit it where I was trying to. Is it enough?
Is it enough?
I think we might be okay.
All right. So that bunker on the end on the left is of 288, I think, from here, so that's quite a good thing to aim at. That's very narrow, though. Okay, so the tee shot on the fourth might be intimidating, but the second shot isn't any easier. You've got out of bounds just behind the green. You've got a whole host of swales on that green, so it's very easy to kind of catch one of those and be flung off to the side. If it's playing into a really strong wind, then even a bunker up there on the left that could potentially come into play. Now, I hit what I thought was a drive that was too far left. Turns out it was just right, and I've still got 216 yards into this green, so I'm going for a hybrid. Oh, also, we are playing off mats because they're trying to keep the turf as pristine as possible for the best players in the world. Oh, it's leaking right, but I think it's fine. It's short and it's right.
It's come out pretty well.
Oh, that's very aggressive. Sit.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Safe.
So I've got it just on the front edge, but as you can see, I've got about 7 feet rise and probably about 10 feet left. I reckon Tapper's ball is actually a pretty good line for this.
Gotta go.
Yeah, well, it was a good line, but if you leave it 20 feet short, it's not much use, is it?
You've got work to do.
That's a little bit too hard, I think.
I'm feeling generous, Jez. You're actually fairly steady from that range, I'll give you that.
Generous for a double.
Generous for a double, and because I've got 2 for it from here.
Downhill though. Oh, that looks a bit aggressive.
Locked it.
A little bit more work than you would like, but it's in. Okay, so now we're on the 7th tee. This is the first par 5. It takes you right down to the sea road and the beach. It's a dogleg right to left. The big hitters, no problem. They'll hit it over to the left somewhere and roll out to the middle of the fairway, though there are bunkers down the right to be wary of. For me, my concern is whether I can carry these first 2 bunkers and get it in the little bit of fairway that is just beyond them.
Right, Jez, I think you might have to hit your Sunday best here.
But it's only Thursday, Tappers.
Oh yes.
Straight, just drifting a bit.
Just fly a bit.
Don't know.
Not sure. Not sure. How'd you hit it?
I hit it all right. I won't say anything after being disappointed on the 4th, but
This is one of those shots that you face at Royal St George's where you've really got to be quite strict about picking the right line. And that's where the best players in the world, you know, having a caddy is quite handy, isn't it? Just being very positive about where to hit it. 'Cause
yeah, and they work out different lines for different winds, won't they, as well?
yes.
That looks pretty spot on, doesn't it?
I've hit that well. Yes, that's good. Okay, so the 7th hole is definitely a golden birdie opportunity for the best players in the world. A good drive for me is finished here, and I've got 270 yards into the green, but I suspect for the top players, they'll be miles down there. They'll be hitting probably a long iron from around about 200 yards, and as long as they miss those 2 bunkers on the right there, it's a fairly straightforward shot into this green. It's quite a long green, 38 yards from front to back. A couple of bunkers on the right-hand side, 1 long left. I'm not going to get anywhere near this, but I'm going to see how close I can get. Oh, I've hit it well. Bit left though, but I think it's all right. Right, Jez, so you found yourself in the bunker the tour players will be waving as they fly it past,
Yes, of
but
course.
I reckon you can advance this up a decent distance. This is your line. I reckon
Give it a
you can
go.
get yourself back in the game here.
We'll give it a go.
Lovely. Come down off that little slope. Oh, I haven't hit it hard enough.
Okay, so I'd probably be looking to putt this normally on a links course, but there's 2 sprinkle heads that I think are right on my line there, so I'm just going to try and loft it over those.
turning.
Ooh. Par.
Par. This for the half. Oh, bad luck, Jez.
Another bogey.
Good try.
Okay, now we come to the second and final par 5, the 14th. Quite a lot can happen on this hole. It's a hole that they'll be hoping to birdie, but there's a lot of danger. To the right is Out of Bounds and Prince's Golf Club. Back in 1993, Langer hit it out of bounds off this tee while in contention, and then famously last time, 2011, Dustin Johnson hit it out of bounds with his second shot trying to attack. There's a stream or a ditch at about 3:30, not going to bother me, but in certain wind conditions that'll be something players have to factor in. For me, comfortably short of that.
Okay, quite intimidating this. It reminds me actually a bit of the hole at Carnoustie where the out of bounds runs all the way down the side of the tee, although it's on the left-hand side.
The other side, yeah, Hogan's Alley.
Yeah, but the fact that it's so close to you off the tee, it's really in your mind, isn't it, right from the moment
And
you
the
start.
wind is off the left today.
Yeah.
Of course it would be, wouldn't it? I'm going to close the face down a bit and try desperately to hit it at that hut.
There you go.
That one is on the golf course anyway.
Lovely, good hit. The hut, I think, is a good line here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's cutting.
That's going to be okay,
But
just,
it's fine,
but it's starting to leak towards it, isn't it?
Oh, it's fine. I'll take it. Okay, so even if you've negotiated the tee shot here at 14, the second shot and the third shot present some serious challenges. You can see the out of bounds stakes run all the way down the right-hand side. They're definitely in your mind as you're hitting this one. You've also got two pot bunkers that sit right in the middle of the fairway, and they are 69 and 59 yards out from the green. So avoiding those is an absolute must. Obviously, for the best players, they'll be looking to thread something through this sort of alleyway up towards the green and get it up and on there somewhere near. I'm going to aim a bit further left, hopefully, miraculously try and avoid those two pot bunkers. Oh, I've missed them. Got to go. I think it's on the green.
It's a bit safe.
That's all right.
Go on.
Oh, very good. Sneaky.
Oh, birdie opportunity.
Very sneaky. Oh, I've hit it so far right. It's awful. Okay, Jez, so...
Yeah, this is for bird, isn't it?
This is for birdie.
Ooh, not quite.
Predictable.
So that went right to left.
Right, well, this for the par. This for the win.
This for a bird.
This for the birdie and the win, sorry. Very sneaky. Well done.
Thank you.
On to the 16th.
Well, this is the 16th tee, the last par 3. If there's any clattering going on, that's the big hospitality pavilion going up to the right here. It's 161 yards off the very back tee, so pretty short by modern standards. The problems here are in the form of bunkers. You can see 4 various positions in front of the green. There's one on the right that Thomas Bjorn will want to forget. And then there's a couple of deep ones on the left. The pin today is on the left. Probably the trickiest pin position because you've got to come in over those bunkers and it's a little bit blind.
Right then, Jez. So I'm 2 up with 2 to play. So you're going to need to hit a good shot here.
Well.
And I think anything left of this flag is no good. I'm not trying to put bad thoughts in your head, but
no.
Yes.
Of course not.
That's good. That's safe.
Safe.
Do you know, that's the sort of shot that you're going to see a lot of the Open.
Middle of the green.
Middle of the green. It's quite a wide green here, so there's plenty of room, really. The question is, how aggressive do you want to be? How close do you want to try and hit it?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've tweaked it left, Jez.
That's one of the bunkers I fancy, or maybe even left of it.
Oh.
The game is still alive.
Okay, so up by the green, and you get a much better idea of the challenge facing you. On 16, this is where my tee shot was finished in this bunker, not the place to be. 2 bunkers on this side, both very deep. And when the pin is on this side, this is just absolutely dead. I'm going to do well to hit this within probably 15 or 20 feet. Over the other side of the green, as Jez said, you have that Thomas Bjorn bunker, and again, it's a similar thing. There's a bit of a false front on the green on that side. Anything short of the flag is going to do what it did back in 2003 and just roll back to you in the bunker. So there is plenty of room to hit this green. There's not really much of an excuse for a top player not to hit this green. I'm not a top player. I haven't hit the green, and now this is what I'm facing.
Oh, well played. As you say, 15 feet.
Probably as good as I was going to do. Okay, Jez. Good tee shot. Pin
Thank you.
high.
Left it short.
Oh, you've left it short.
Left it short.
Well, I'm feeling quite generous. I'm going to give you that. But I need now to hold this. This is for the match, I believe.
Indeed. No.
Not even close.
Not
right.
to be.
On to the 18th.
So we're on the final hole, playing towards that distant wraparound grandstand down there that is still going up as we play in early May. It's a relatively straight hole. There are 3 bunkers down the left at different distances, which may come into play depending on wind direction. And there's one on the right of the fairway, and that kind of pinches in a bit with the last of the ones on the left. The wind today is off the right, coming from Ramsgate, so it's not helping a lot. 456 yards will be quite a long way for me, but in the open, if it's downwind, some players could get pretty close to this green, possibly if they really crush one off the tee. As for me, if I've got less than 200 yards in, I'll be quite pleased. Slightly pulled.
Oh no, it's not. It's hold its line.
Has it?
Nicely, yeah, it's fine. It's straight down the middle. Not your longest, I would say that, but you've avoided all the sand.
Well, that's a bonus.
I think at the moment. Stay there. Oh, I've leaked it out to the right, but
you might get an okay lie at the moment.
oh, well, it's just missed the fairway to the right. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
The difficulty with the second shot into the 18th is with that bunker that you can see on the right-hand side of the green there. It's really staring you in the face, especially if you come into that green from the rough here on the right-hand side. If they get the growing conditions and the rough comes up on this right-hand side, it's definitely going to be one that you need to avoid. Having said that, there's just bunkers everywhere else in the fairway, so it's a really hard fairway to hit. If you do get to the fairway, and if the wind isn't too strong, then perhaps it's a hole that you can attack. But from a position like this, I think a lot of players, even the best players in the world, probably likely to be being a little bit more astute and playing away from that pin. But if you do go too far left, there is a swale on that left-hand side. You're likely to end up in the area that Sandy Lyle found himself in 1985. So a few problems with this shot. Now I've got about 185 yards. I'm going to hit a 6-iron, but I'm going to play away from that flag. Frankly, I don't think I'm good enough to get onto that back right-hand section of the green. So I'm going to try and hit this just to the left of the right-hand bunker. Okay. It's left to the flag. It's drawing a bit, but it's on the green. Hopefully, I don't know, it may have caught that swale or it may have just hung up on the green. I think it's hung up on the green actually. I'll take it.
Oh no, tugged it. Sit.
Sit, this is played well,
Sit.
but sit. Stay on.
Bit too lively. Oh well.
This shows you how difficult that second shot is, because I missed the bunker only by a couple of yards to the left, and I'm about an inch away from going down here off the green and possibly into the rough. It's not my best read. Oh, good try. Good try. So I've got 2 for it from here. Only 1 required. Well played, Jezz. Okay, so there you have it. That's our look at the most iconic holes here at Royal St George's. And in just about 2.5 months' time, somebody is going to be lifting that claret jug on the green just behind me for the first time since Shane Lowry did it at Royal Portrush in 2019. And admittedly, if they do turn up in the Open and they have weather like we've had this morning, they will shoot good scores. But all it takes is for the wind to blow, and this golf course will bear its teeth. It is a ferocious test of ball striking, particularly in the wind, and whoever does make it to the top of the leaderboard is really going to have to earn it.